Alrighty, first of all, if you hear my kids or the TV in the background, I do apologize. I really didn't have time to go through much of a setup because I really want to talk about this. And I really hope this isn't an actual quote. Let's just go ahead and... When an English and sociology major tries to talk about economics, it's unfair and absurd that companies would increase costs for consumers in response to us taxing them more. Now, I admit, I did absolutely zero research on this image, meme, whatever. To the point where I still don't know how to pronounce Jen Psaki's last name. I'm assuming the P is silent. Jen Psaki. It's either Saki or Psaki. Whatever. I don't know. Already spent too much time on her name. But I mean, that's literally basic economics. I mean, as costs and expenses go up, it causes profits to shrink, and in response, businesses will always raise the price of their goods and service to cover that overhead expense. I mean, unless those businesses are controlled by the government, then they will pretty much do what they want. But if they are completely controlled by the state, that is literally communism, I believe. For years, I thought sticking with retail, for example, would be a fine enough career for me. And I got a family, and only then did I realize how poor I truly was. I'm in the process of educating myself and technically learning a technical trade where I can actually take care of my family. One of the things I've learned on a related note is if you want to make money, you have to kind of go where the money is. Just look at the news. Worker shortages, supply chain shortages, tradesman shortages, product shortages. I mean, there's right now some 50 tanker ships off the west coast. It's been reported now. If that's been reported false or whatever, I do apologize. Again, I only seen the actual article. Didn't see anything refuting it, so right now I'm taking it verbatim. But apparently there's that much of a work shortage in the shipping industry that they literally don't have enough drivers to man the commercial vehicles used to unload and transport the shipping containers coming off these container ships. Now, as far as the shortages, there is also a meme going around that, mysteriously none of these jobs are actually hiring. I can tell you personally, just from signing up and putting my resume on Indeed, I have job offers from multiple companies, interview offers from multiple companies, and that is with an S, because I'm in the middle of classes and have a genuine interest in certain fields. Between a shortage of able-bodied workers and kind of an aging population in a lot of these trade areas, demand is only going to go up. Which, supply and demand, when demand goes up, prices will also go up. Which kind of gives us what we have now, near hyperinflation due to a perfect mix of people either not wanting or unable to go back to work, and money being pumped into the economy for the past year to prevent an economic collapse during a pandemic. And now, I know I'm getting a little political with this, but the point... You can't blindly just increase the minimum wage. The inflation due to the worker and product shortages throughout multiple industries already pretty much more than negated any increase to the minimum wage citizens have been fighting for the past, since the past you name it. Minimum wage hasn't been raised in my state for about a decade now. Now, personally, stay with me for a second. I will say I do personally believe that minimum wage should be reviewed and adjusted on a yearly basis to meet natural inflation levels, and with natural being the key word. As in natural price increases due to the circulation of money controlled by the Federal Reserve, as Abigail gets her 2 cents into this. Now, let's just say, for example, if there's an unexpected increase in certain ingredient, let's say there's a flour shortage, so the price of bread to produce bread skyrockets. Just blindly pumping money into the economy will kind of devalue everything else and cause prices to rise in conjunction to the wage increase. But if I keep going, I'm going to get into a completely different topic and inevitably get into a debate that I really don't have the energy for right now. But the point of all this in today's video is that the best way, in my opinion, to increase someone's buying power, not just their wages, is to increase their personal value. I.e., learn a skill, a trade, get a degree in something that is also in demand, which is another key phrase. Not just random degrees in like liberal arts and stargazing. Again, not to use my own life's experience as an example. Skirted by for years in retail. Granted, I've been a supervisor to some degree most of those years, but a retail supervisor, honestly, is a position that so many people are capable of learning that it's still, in my opinion, even though it's an important position in the retail structure, it's still kind of, in my opinion, a relatively unskilled position. As such, where it does comparatively pay a decent wage to the regular retail compared to the regular retail workers, that for a while I may have been able to skirt on by myself. Once my money became the money I needed to support my family with 2 daughters and a dog, it kind of became clear I needed to increase my earning potential, my own value. I did just that. And whereas I can't share the details yet, I'm very close to embarking on a new career path in a skilled trade that even at my ripe old age of 36, I am getting hired with the intention of being trained over the course of years before I get a solo professional license, with the sole intention of being able to take care of my family. Now, yes, the hours will be long. The work won't always be easy. But that's the point. It's an in-demand trade that not everyone is capable of handling, and will pay accordingly as I increase my own training and knowledge. And whereas I won't have a college-level education, or a fine arts degree or anything like that, I've still kind of done my homework, so to speak. Took steps I needed to increase my own value and earning potential, so that I now will be able to get ahead on my personal and house bills, take care of my family, buy that new house I plan on retiring on 30 years from now. Because as much as I do like how quiet it is where I live, like, I don't really want to retire here. And, eventually take that once or twice in a lifetime vacation that, honestly, a lot of people won't be able to, because instead of working on increasing their own potential, earning or otherwise, trying to fill some of these in-demand trades, like in the shipping industry, for example, right now, that's causing the product and worker shortages. They think they should be able to afford to buy a new house on a part-time salary working at McDonald's flipping burgers that are pumped so full of chemicals they won't ever rot, where the physical requirements are, well, you literally need one working hand to hold a spatula. But now the kids are fussing, and honestly, that's another topic entirely. It's been interesting. Again, on a personal note, will share more information as I get it, as I am able to, I should say, in terms of my potential new career. And out of respect for where I'm at now, like I said, I won't tell any details other than the fact that my day off may be spent getting a drug test and a physical to see if I'm getting the final offer and going from there. But again, I just thought I don't. Of course, companies are going to increase their costs as their own costs go up, unless anything is done on a governmental level. Like I said, the only way you can really skirt that is by increasing your own earning potential. And again, you're able to. I am the primary breadwinner, so to speak, in my family, helping raise 2 infant daughters with a two-year-old pit bull Rottweiler mix. If I have the time and energy to increase my earning potential, I promise you guys that you do too. If that is something you are kind of looking to do. Anyway, talk to you guys soon.